Okay guys, so today we're starting World War II and how it began. The origins of World War II, it says after World War I, depression struck Europe just like in the United States. However, we had the era of prosperity, the 1920s, and it's not until 1929 where we get into a depression. Right after World War I, Europe was already in a depression. Okay. It says leaders came to power with total control. When you are in a situation where you have nowhere else to turn to or no one to turn to, a lot of people become very easily swayed, and that's how some dictators come to power. So we're going to go over three of the main ones and how they became dictators. The first one is going to be in the Soviet Union. Remember the Russian Revolution in 1917 that happened right after World War I, and that's when communism took over. So Russia becomes the first communist state in the world. Remember, communist Russia is known as the Soviet Union. So if I say Russia, that's democratic Russia. If I say Soviet Union, that's communist Russia. Okay. In 1920, Joseph Stalin takes power, and again it becomes a more communist state, and that's where the government has full control of people's everyday lives. And he establishes a brutal totalitarian dictatorship. Totalitarian is going to mean that they have total control. You see the word total in there. It's total control of the people. The next one is Italy, right? Italy, you have Benito Mussolini, and he establishes a fascist government. When you hear the word fascism, think of Italy, right? That is the kind of dictator that he was, where again he had strong government control of the people. Nationalism, it's a strong sense of pride, where the state becomes priority over what the people need and what the people want. It's more geared towards, what's best for the country instead of what's best for you. And he made Italy a totalitarian state where he had full control of the government. Okay, so again, it made Italy a totalitarian state. And of course, the last one is the one most of y'all already know. That's going to be Adolf Hitler. Alright, Hitler was the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or the Nazi Party, right? So that's his political party. Just like we have the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, you're going to have the Nazi Party. And he called himself Der Führer, which is the leader. And he wrote a book called Mein Kampf, which is My Struggle, which explained his ideas or the basic beliefs of what Nazism is. He also believed in racial purification, so that way there would be no impurities in his race. And he believed in national expansion. Now, with national expansion, Hitler did want to eventually take over the world, and we're going to see how that also caused World War II to begin. Okay, with the end of World War I, we went over how the Treaty of Versailles prohibited Germany from doing a lot of things, and Hitler is going to go against everything that the Treaty of Versailles had stated. So we're going to see that as well. Now, another thing for you to know is that Hitler was elected into office, right? He was chancellor. Chancellor would be kind of like their president. So people voted for him before, he went on his rampage. And we'll be going over how people can vote for someone like Hitler and how he's able to kind of change the entire attitude of a country against one race or specific people. If you have any questions, you let me know.